Welcome back to Ladies Love Country.
We're your hosts, two wannabe Aussie cowgirls with big playlists and even bigger energy.
This is your backstage pass to country music, Aussie festivals, and all the chaos that comes with it. Boots on, mic's hot, let's get into it.
Good, James.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to Ladies Love Country.
Thanks
So
for having
good
me
to
on.
have
We're old friends now. We've done
I know.
lunch. We're here. It's great.
I know. We've had a whole day. You've been busy today.
It has been a busy day. It's been
Yeah.
good. I mean, like, did the telly in the morning and doing all that sort of stuff. It's been good. It's like one of those days where it's like you haven't stopped, so you haven't had time to think that you're,
On the go.
worn out or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good.
So we have James Johnston here with us today, and he is back and about to take over your playlist yet again. The two-time Golden Guitar winner, ARIA nominee, and all-round one of Australia's favourite country singers. He has just announced his second album, Where You'll Find Me, will be out October 24th. We are so excited to have him on. Welcome, James.
Thanks for having me on. I'm a fan of you girls, by the way. Just like, let's make this clear. I've been like following you on TikTok, so I'm excited to be here too. It's great.
Should we start off with a bit of a drink?
Oh, yes. We thought you might be thirsty, so we...
Definitely. I'm already a couple beers
we-
deep, so we're good.
it's
Let's keep
actually
it going.
alcoholic, but we actually got these really
Oh.
cool stubby holders.
Very nice. Where'd you get those from?
We got them at the...
By the way, I was thinking a different kind of drink, but we can drink Cokes. That's fine.
We're going to have... We didn't know how you were feeling, so we were like, let's just do a Coke Zero.
Okay.
No one hates a Coke Zero, right?
We're not like shotting these or something. Like,
No, we just like the stubby holders.
Yeah.
We
So
thought
I
they
have
were
to say with these
cool.
stubby holders.
Please tell us the story.
These are the ones. These are the special ones.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
They're, of course they're special.
No, I'm making sure these are special ones.
These
So
are-
you can't buy these ones. So these are limited edition. So
Limited
yeah.
edition!
These are these are just for the special people. So you guys at school these.
So
ones.
not everyone got them.
Not everyone got these.
Okay,
no.
I do feel special.
I'm glad we brought them out then.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, so we're gonna start off by doing a little segment that we do every week, and that is Cowboy Crush of the Week.
Cowboy Crush of the Week.
But for you, James, you can also say who your cowgirl crush is.
Cowgirl crush.
Yeah.
Okay. all right.
Yeah. So Holly, do you want to go first?
Okay, my Cowboy Crush of the Week. Even though he's a bit cancelled in some people's opinion, but Zach Bryan's just got a new hairline, and he now has new hair on top of his
Does he
head.
really?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So he's trying to he's making some moves. So he's my Cowboy Crush of the Week.
Have you got yours, or do you need a bit?
All right, my cowgirl crush.
Yeah, you can do a cowgirl. You can do a cowboy. Whatever
All right.
you feel.
whatever floats your boat,
No,
right?
because sometimes they're like artists that you're really admiring.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say cowboy crush and cowgirl crush,
okay,
like because
give
I'm
us-
fans, right?
Give us both.
So Kip Moore, I tell you,
Oh.
that guy is just like way cooler than I'll ever be, and that's why he'd be like he's maybe not a cowboy, but that guy is just.
Yeah.
I got to spend some time with him when we were touring last year. I was like, I will never be as cool as you, and I'm like such a fan of him because of that. And then cowgirl crush. I feel like someone with a bit of action. I feel like Elle Langley's kind of got it going on. She's like crushing it at the moment.
We love a bit of Ella.
Yeah, let's go with Elle. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Elle,
great
I
one.
love that. Have you met her before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, just
no.
first name basis.
Yeah. It's just way too casual for that. Yeah, old friends, right?
Okay, well, on that note, I'm going to say Tuck. Tuck and Wetmore.
Tuck, yeah. I get that. That guy's
Oh
also
my
very cool.
goodness.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're very excited.
We're
To,
big
we'll
tuckers.
see him soon.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
needs to come to Australia.
Yeah. So we had lunch today, and we were celebrating your new album that's launching. Did you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah. So announced today, Where You'll Find Me is the second album, which is exciting. It's like the new chapter. And I'm pumped about it. You know, I've been working on this album for a year and a half now.
Wow.
And for me, it's just like, it's the evolution, you know. Let's say my first record was called Raised Like That, and it was the story of like where I came from, right? You know, it was the stories of like my upbringing and all the rest of it. And Where You'll Find Me is like the life that I'm living now, you know. So it's pulled from the stories, be it like my story about my family or a story with my mates out like riding bikes or whatever we're doing. But that's where all these new songs have been inspired from.
I love that.
Do you have some artists that kind of helped inspire how do you go about, I guess, inspiration for an album? Do you listen to other artists as well to kind of get a bit of inspiration, or is it more like real life experience that you get your inspiration from?
I'd say like a bit of both, to be honest. You know, there's artists that definitely inspire me, you know, in different ways.
Yeah.
Like I grew up with a lot of 90s country, so I love like Alan Jackson. I know you girls like heard one of the new songs that gets full given like Alan Jackson vibes. Like, and I love that because that's what I grew up with. Garth Brooks, Brooks and Dunn, Alan Jackson. That was like my thing, right? But there's also like songwriters I love. Like I love Jordan Davis. I think Jordan Davis as a songwriter is like my North Star of like what I want to be.
I agree. I am
Holly
massive.
has a big crush on Jordan
yeah,
Davis.
He's my always cowboy crush.
Right. He's just got that thing where it's like every time he puts out a song, you're like, why? How do you do this to me, Jordan? Like, how do you make me feel something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's funny. I listen to this playlist called like New Music Nashville. I think that's what it's still called.
Yeah.
Pretty much every week. And you just go through all the different songs. And sometimes like something won't grab you. And it's like great songs, but it's like something makes you feel something.
Yeah.
And nearly every single time Jordan Davis puts out a song, I'm just like, hold on, stop. Like, how do you do that? You know, I remember like the first time I heard Next Thing You Know.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was like my son was just born. And there was like, I was really in that, like that one of the chapters of that song, right?
Yeah.
And I just listened to it on repeat. I was flying to Sydney actually. And I got off the flight and I was like, my manager, Bo, who was here, and I said, you got to listen to this song, got to listen to this song. And then and what's cool about that is when you listen to an artist that really inspires you, you just want to create something. You want to be a better artist. You want to be a better version of yourself. So you just start getting the pen and paper out and you just start writing. Yeah.
When I saw him at CMC, was it 3 years ago? That was like, he was one of my favorites of all time, and seeing him live was just like unreal. Because I remember Next Thing You Know, things like that, like Buy Dirt. I was just in awe. Like I was like, this is. I think for me, like once you see an artist live, it just creates a whole nother level of appreciation and all that. And that for him, I was just like, yeah.
Definitely. That for me, the artist that did that like changed when I saw them live was Cody Johnson.
He was at CMC. We loved him.
He was
so
incredible,
good.
and I saw him at CMA Fest, and so I like Garth Brooks. There's kind of two parts to when I think about music, right? There's the songwriting, and I said probably Jordan Davis is my biggest inspiration as a songwriter. But there's also like I love entertaining, and I often think about wearing a different hat with that. And so Garth Brooks has always been my like. I've always seen Garth as like the entertainer, right?
Yeah.
So I used to watch a lot of videos of Garth performing, and I was like, I want to do like do that. And then I saw Cody play at CMA Fest in Nashville a few years ago, and I just was in awe the entire time. I was just watching. I was like, I want to do that. Whatever he's doing,
presence, it's
just
like,
the way that he had the crowd in the palm of his hand. The like, there's an ability when you're out in front of a big crowd. You know, you can get people screaming, but then you can get silence. And then you can just when you have a crowd and you can just silence and everyone stops talking and they're just focused. That is the most like I've got to experience that, and it's one of the most incredible feelings that you'll ever feel where everyone's just holding on to that feeling. And Cody was just the master of that.
You've got like two different crowds, right? Like you've got the silent crowd and the loud crowd. Yeah. And have you played much internationally?
I've done a little bit, I haven't toured massively. I was over in South Africa actually, which is kind of a bit of an outlier. Most people don't think of South African country music, but I had an amazing experience over there a couple of months back.
Yeah.
Got to play in like one of the biggest stadiums there, and had this really cool experience. Put a song out over there. So I've done a little bit of traveling. Yeah.
How do the crowds compare? From like Australian crowds, because I've heard that the Australian crowds are the best.
I agree. The Australian crowds are the best. Only because I'm Australian, right? And so I'm telling these stories, and I think people probably will feel more connected to my stories than they will anywhere else in the world. Don't get me wrong. Like I've had some of the experiences that I've had outside of Australia have been some amazing crowds too, but. Absolutely the highlights for me. I remember CMC 2022 was the first time I played CMC, and that was just like the most surreal experience of my entire life, just walking out on stage. And I was playing at like 1:00 on a Sunday, and I walked out there and there was like this like a sea of people just singing my songs back to me, and that was still that's still one of my highlights.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I was going to say, because you are quite popular in America. I actually was in Texas 2 years ago at a bar called Billy Bob's in Texas.
Yeah, Billy
and
Bob's.
Your song was playing, and I was like so impressed. I was like, this guy's Australian. Like, how is this song coming on? Like, how have you kind of tried to get into the American industry, market, yeah.
So the truth is that I haven't, and I had a crazy experience. I was in Nashville like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
And I went to this line dancing bar in Nashville, and I ended up posting up about this, but I went into the bar and then someone was like, hey, like, I know you. I'm like, how do you know me? And what I didn't realize that Raised Like That was one of the like staple line dancing songs. Like, and I didn't like, I had no idea that it was like, one of the like 1 of 30 that everyone in the bar knows, right? So they're like, can you sing the song? So I jumped up and I started singing, and honestly, like 50 people out of the crowd came up and did the dance. Not some random line dance, but like I was in Nashville, a bunch of out of towners were there, and they all did the dance to Raise Like That. And I was like, what the hell is going on? This is wild. So, and then I ended up posting up about it. I was like, TikTok, I'm like, hey, like, I'm James from Australia. I've got this song called Raise Like That. Does anyone else know it? And the post ended up blowing up and had like 5,000 comments on it. And everyone be like, yeah, that's like, we know this. I'm from California. I'm from there. I was like, what? That is wild. And that is not something that I ever thought would happen or I didn't even know was happening, which is pretty cool.
It's so crazy.
Have you learnt the dance yet?
No, I can't dance to save
That's
myself.
going to be on the agenda for Gympie.
It has to be. It has to be. Yeah.
So speaking of Gympie, so you've got a few kind of like festivals coming up. Did you want to tell us where you're going to be the next few months?
Yeah. So Gympie's the next one.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
It's I played it last year and they asked me to come back, so I must have done an okay job, which is good. So I'm closing out the festival. So a little bit of pressure for that, I feel. You know, that I'm closing out the festival. The reason why is that everyone's just going to be hungover as shit. So I'm like, I really got to bring the energy for that one. You got to like push through.
We will be at the front.
Okay, good.
Giving you that energy.
100%. We'll
So-
be leading the line dance.
I'm not kidding. We could do the line dance in the crowd. That could be quite funny.
Please do.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be some other people there that know the dance. So like,
100%.
just start it. You'll end up getting the
We'll do
crowd
it for
going. Like,
sure.
I'm all for it. Please do that.
Oh.
I'm opening with Raise Like That, just so you know. So like,
Okay.
you've got to be
Okay.
prepared.
Be prepared.
As soon as you see that light come down, you're like, this is my moment. We're doing it.
If you need a backup dancer, let us know.
Yeah. Okay.
And then what else have you got the next few months?
Yeah, so I've got, I'm playing here in Sydney, night at the Barracks. I'm playing up in Brizzy, night at the Parklands, which is exciting. And then Savannah in the Round, Cairns.
Beautiful.
Strumming Bird Festival. I'm excited about that. I know you guys have been talking about that festival. I am
Very
pumped to be on that lineup. That is going to be huge.
That is a huge lineup. And
It
I
is.
think we wanted to chat to you about Night at the Barracks because it's a great little like night to really bring together both the city and the country crowds. And
Yeah.
I do feel that Strumming Bird kind of is trying to do that by bringing on a country artist that definitely has a bit more mainstream swing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like Jelly
Sure.
Roll
Yeah.
and Shabuzi. Like a lot of people who like we're calling country curious, they have like, they know those artists, right?
Yeah.
And so it's really like bringing, and particularly because it's like kind of located not in like a super rural area,
Yeah.
it's definitely bringing more city people into it.
Mhm.
And that's great. And the same thing with the Manly event.
Yeah.
The Night at the Barracks. I feel like that's a great one.
way for city people, especially just for the exposure. I think we're all about trying to like make sure that there are so many Australians that are pushing. We're like trying to push in the city, not just those international artists. So I think it's good because the more exposure, the better. And I think be at a festival that's not just country as well. I think that's what the Night at the Barracks is good, is kind of like giving people a little taste of it who might not go to a festival like Strumming Bird, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's like, that's why I'm excited for Night at the Barracks. And it's a beautiful
Yeah.
location, like in Manly. It's
Yeah.
incredible. But you're right. Like, I think country is more than just, I think sometimes like some people gatekeep what country is, right? Like
So
they're
true.
like, you got to be out in the country, you got to be from the
Yeah.
land. And I think we should celebrate what is so special about country, which is the fact that it's all about like not being too like uptight. It's being like relaxed with your friends. It's being like kind to your neighbors. It celebrates like the simple things, the everyday things, and it celebrates that. And I love that. And that's what I like
that.
through my music. I try and do that. But I think also as a community, we should do as much of that as possible. If you're from the city and you want to come into this world where we like celebrate just good, wholesome values, like I'm all for it. Let's be a part of it. Yeah.
We're all for it too, James.
100%.
All over it.
I saw someone, I don't know where it was, but it described your music like the perfect day. And I think that is what your music is.
I
It's
love
like
that.
Isn't that nice?
it's like a road trip. It's like, and when I think of the perfect day, it's not necessarily in the city. It's like out on a road trip or like away from something. And I think that's what country music is. It like describes your ideal day of just like, I don't know, that feeling that you get when you're going away or like on holidays or a road trip or going to a festival.
Yeah,
So
that's
true.
cool. I really like that. I'm gonna use
Yeah.
that. That's a little bit of inspiration to describe your perfect day. Love it.
New song coming in hot.
Absolutely.
And so you spent a bit of time in Nashville.
Mhm.
How is it over there? Did you have fun?
I love Nashville. Nashville's. I don't think you'll ever speak to a country artist that doesn't say Nashville's just an incredible place.
Well, we've actually had one so far.
Really?
No, she said she didn't like the writing experience in Nashville because
Okay.
she said that she gets a lot of her experience from real life rather than inspiration.
Yeah.
Rather than sitting in like a writer's room with other people.
Totally get that. Yeah. I think so. I've done a lot of writing, even on my new record. Some of it's
Yeah.
like I wrote I've written it by myself. Some of it I wrote in some of those rooms in Nashville. But it is like sometimes you can walk in. All right, there's a hit songwriter. You got 4 hours to make the best thing you've ever made.
Pressure.
And yeah, it is. And it's also like sometimes it can feel a little bit formulaic where it's like, cool, you just got to write the best song, and it's kind of gambling a little bit. You write 10 songs, you get one good one. So I think like sometimes you capture something good, but there's also something about sitting on the back porch. Like the new song I just dropped, Where You'll Find Me, was literally written on the back porch with my buddies, and we got our little recording set up. We had 2 big speakers and we were just blasting. We had this like loop going, and I was just singing for like 2 hours, singing over the top of it. And my neighbours, who were like just down the road either side of me, they end up like texting me like, "Song sounds good." we had it loud, right? But there was something about that where I was just like, I was sitting out there looking out at the world that I'm talking about. Yeah. And it just felt way more authentic. So I definitely lean towards, when I can, I would much rather write like that.
Yeah. We've been doing like a little rapid fire round of questions, and they're kind of just a bit silly.
Banjo or fiddle?
Fiddle.
Gympie or Nashville?
Gympie.
Okay.
Do you have a rogue party trick?
He's like, what's PG?
My party trick, no, I would be like, I've always carry a harmonica in my pocket, so that's my secret little like party trick.
Harmonicas too.
Really?
I
Okay.
can't play it though.
We did it with Zach and George.
Really, really bad. Okay, if you were on a reality TV show, which one would it be? So you can choose like
The Block.
Survivor.
Oh no, The Block.
I'm
It would totally be The Block, because I'm like a total hobbyist, like amateur, terrible builder, but I love it behind the scenes. Yeah, I've always got a building
Hobby
project
builder,
going.
hobby
Yep,
farm.
The Block. That's it.
Nothing wrong with it.
Which country star would survive the longest in the Aussie outback?
Cody Johnson.
Ooh,
great name.
Garth Brooks or Alan Jackson?
Oh God, why am I making choose? This is a terrible question.
We're all about the hard-hitting questions over here.
Alan Jackson, I could listen to Drive 1,000 times over.
Okay.
The first country concert you went to?
It was Adam Brands at the Tuncurry RSL.
Tuncurry.
And I remember it so clearly because he got a bottle of champagne and he walked around the crowd and he poured everyone a little bit of champagne to everyone, and I still stick with that. And I thought that was just the coolest thing ever. I was like, I want to be an entertainer. I love that.
You could definitely do that at Gympie.
Yeah. It might be a very expensive night for me with champagne to everyone at Gympie, but we'll see how we go.
Try 4X Gold maybe instead.
That's good.
James, thank you so much for coming on Ladies of Country. We had a really nice day today, and thanks for doing your acoustic performance for us at lunchtime. It was beautiful. We're so excited about your new album coming out, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks for having me on, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
See ya.
That's a wrap on this week's episode of Ladies Love Country.
If you laughed, learned something, or just love a bit of chaos, give us a follow, leave us a review.
You'll find us on Instagram and TikTok at Ladies Love Country for extra gossip and behind-the-scenes cowboy-grade nonsense.
Until next time, keep your boots on.
And your playlist loud.
Yeah!